So now what we're going to do is create an interface inside our application project, and then we'll create a class inside our infrastructure project that's going to contain the concrete implementation of our interface. So inside our application project, let's create another new folder, and I'll call this interfaces. And inside here, let's generate a new C# interface, and we'll call this JWT Generator. And we're just going to have one method inside our JWT generator, and this is going to return a string, and we'll call it create token, and we'll pass as a parameter our app user. So we'll say app user and user. So when we pass this particular method a user, then we can expect to get a string back, which is going to be our JWT token. So let's head over to our infrastructure project, and I'm just going to remove the class1.cs and delete this. And inside here, I'm just going to create a new folder and call it security. And inside the security folder, I'm going to create a new class called JWT Generator. And let's take a look at what we're going to do inside here. First of all, we're going to implement our interface. So let's add the interface JWT Generator and say using application interfaces. And then let's go ahead and I'm missing the option here to implement this particular interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to my API, and what we can do is just do a .NET restore just to make sure that all of our references are available from each different project. And let's just try that again, and what we should find is that now we can implement the interface. And this generates our method to create the token. Now what we also need to do before we go ahead and write the logic for this particular class, what we need to do is add this as a service inside our startup class so that we can inject the JWT generator into our application where we need it. So let's head back to our startup.cs class, and what we'll do is we'll just add inside our services container, we're going to add this as a new service. So we'll say services and add scoped so that it's available for the request, and we'll say JWT generator as the first type and JWT generator as the second, and let's go ahead and import the application interfaces, and we'll also need to do the same for infrastructure security. And by adding it as a service, this means that our JWT generator, when we use this and inject it into our constructors of our classes, will have access to this and the methods inside it. And when we use the JWT generator, we're going to be using the concrete class that's available inside our infrastructure project. So what we'll take a look at next is adding the logic to create and return a token from this particular method, and we'll take a look at that next.